Hey everyone! Today I've blocked out the next couple of hours to really dive into a new piece, and I thought it would be nice to have you along with me for the process. What we're starting on today is a scene from a novel I'm writing called A Concrete Promise. It's a story that's been living in my head for years, and now, finally, seeing the characters come to life on the page like this, it's a pretty incredible feeling. And because this novel is based on a true story, every stroke here feels like I'm not just drawing, but remembering. I am using pastel color pencils. I'm also using a textured card sheet, specifically made for pastel colors. It's a gray mid-tone to help bring better values. Using a mid-tone paper definitely makes it easier to control the highlights in the scene. The first thing I want to capture is the feel of this place. This is the main office of Quick Mix Concrete. Forget sleek modern workspaces. This was the kind of place that seemed to have absorbed the grit of the world around it. I'm using a lot of grays and browns here to try and capture that layer of dust that seemed to coat everything. If you could smell this office, it would be a mixture of diesel from the trucks outside, old engine oil, and the faint, sharp smell of cigarettes. It was a place that felt worn down by work. Believe it or not, it's the cleanest part of the whole company, which tells you a lot. And that contrast is so important to the story, because this rough, unwelcoming place is the last place you'd ever expect a character like Mary to walk into. She's a bright young lady that goes to an engineering school and is just getting started with her journey. But we'll get to her later. This scene is about the world around her. Now, let's talk about the man on the left side. This is Russell. He's the owner of the company, and he runs it with an impulsive temper. When I think about him, the colors that come to mind are harsh, dark reds, and sharp lines. He's not just a character, he's a force of nature in this little office. The kind of boss whose mood dictates the entire company's weather forecast for the day. If he was in a bad mood, you could feel the pressure drop the second you walked in. We've all seen bosses like that, right? The ones who seem to thrive on intimidation, who manage by fear instead of respect. It creates this constant low-level anxiety for everyone. You find yourself choosing your words carefully, trying to stay off the radar. It's exhausting. And it's something I really wanted to capture because that pressure is what makes the story's moments of connection so much more powerful later on. The man with his hand on his forehead is Thomas. And his situation is, complicated. Because Russell isn't just his boss. He's also his stepfather. Imagine that for a moment. Imagine trying to be a good manager, trying to protect your team, trying to foster a positive environment when the person undermining you at every turn is family. The person creating the toxic environment is the one you have to see at family dinners. It's a pretty hard position. I'm trying to show that conflict in his posture. He's not angry, he's weary. He feels responsible for the people who work there, but he's powerless against Russell. He disagrees fundamentally with his stepfather's methods, but he also feels a sense of duty to the family business. That internal battle is one of the biggest parts of his journey. He's trapped between the man he wants to be and the role he's forced to play. And that brings us to the third person in this scene. The person being yelled at here, this is Fernando. Fernando is one of those guys who is essential to any workplace. He's a truck driver, he's funny, always has a joke ready, and he's incredible at just letting the stress of the job roll off his back. He's the office's pressure release valve. But even he wasn't immune to Russ's temper. In this scene, he's made a mistake. But with Russell, any mistake was an excuse to create a spectacle. Of course, a good leader doesn't do that. They don't yell, they teach. But Russell wasn't a very good leader. So this is the world of a concrete promise, a world of tension, of clashing personalities, of quiet desperation. It's a place where hope seems like a foreign concept. And I wanted you to see this, to really feel this environment, because it's so important for what comes next. This scene is kind of like the darkness that makes the first flicker of light so incredible. Because into this world of hardened men and diesel fumes, a young woman named Mary is about to arrive. And she isn't just starting a new job, she's about to change everything. The story I'm so excited to tell is how a connection, something genuine and unexpected, can possibly take root and survive in a place like this. How two people, like Thomas Reed and Mary Finch, can find a promise of something better in the middle of all this chaos. So, if you find yourself in a difficult life situation where you think there's no hope, don't give up. It's not impossible to overcome all the challenges in your life as long as you keep trying. This story is an example of how it happens. How do two people build something real and hopeful when they're surrounded by conflict and pressure, day in and day out? That's the heart of the story I'm trying to tell. It's a long journey for these characters, and this scene is just the beginning. If you felt a connection to any of this, to the characters, to the situation, and you want to follow that journey with me, I'd be honored to have you. See the description to find out how to see more art, get updates on my writing progress, and of course, letting everyone know when A Concrete Promise is finally ready to be shared with the world. Thank you so much for spending this time with me today, for letting me share this piece of my heart with you. It really means a lot to me. I'll see you in the next video.